input costs for rolling out these networks are becoming humongous. Fraud and scams, and this is becoming quite a big challenge because ultimately we are serving the citizens of this country. See, the Honorable Minister has gone on record to say that telecom is a value-added horizontal. There is a lot of meaning to that statement, which also indirectly shows that we are short of the amount of revenue that we desire, and that has to be supplemented in policy reforms. So private networks are not really required. The SLAs can take care of the private networks.
Hi, I'm Danish Khan from Moneycontrol, and today we are joined by Dr. S.P. Kochhar, who is the Director General of COAI, which is the representative body of Indian telecom operators. Hello, sir. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
So, sir, while we are at IMC, I want to know more about the current state of Indian telecom industry and what are your views, what sort of requirements the industry has, and what are the challenges that the industry is facing currently.
That's a tall order, Danish. You asked me so many questions in one question.
Yes.
The industry is doing well in the sense that it is marching steadily towards what it has aimed to do, and that is to provide communications to every citizen of this country, quality communications. We are well on our way to do that. There are some roadblocks, there are some accelerators, so all that is coming in the way. Since we embarked on 5G, we have invested a lot of money in 5G. We were the fastest rollout in the world, and we were hoping that we will find use cases, but unfortunately all over the world use cases are not yet there, but slowly and steadily they are coming. But in the interim, what is happening is the input costs for rolling out these networks are becoming humongous, and the realizations are only tariffs, which is not sufficient. And what we have been emphasizing to the government also is that anybody who rides on our networks should contribute to the creating of the infrastructure. And here I specifically refer to the LTGs who contribute about 70 to 80% of our data traffic, but they contribute nothing, but they gain a huge amount of profits. So if they start contributing, our rollouts will be faster, qualities will be better, it will be good for both of us. So that is one thing which is a challenge, yet it has not yet been addressed. Second challenge is about adequacy of spectrum and the probability of knowing for sure that when will we get what spectrum. That also continues to challenge us. And along with DOT and TRAI, this is being addressed. Third challenge is about fraud and scams, and this is becoming quite a big challenge because ultimately we are serving the citizens of this country, and we have to protect them as much as we can against fraud and scams. And if you see, this is a topic which is being debated all across, in all industries. So the government is doing what it can do. The industry is cooperating with the government, but on its own also industry is taking a lot of measures to stop fraud and scams. For example, if you see the AI app which has been rolled out initially by Airtel and then later by the others also, that is helping at least warn the subscribers that this may be a fraud or a scam, and then giving them an informed choice whether to accept that or not. And now it has gone on to a stage where it is actually blocking known fraudsters. So these are things which have reduced fraud and scams to quite an extent, restoring confidence back into the telecom space.
Right. When it comes to spectrum, in the past, there was a notion that India is a spectrum-starved country in the world. but we have seen successful spectrum auctions, and now the government wants more spectrum to be put on sale. So what are the demands from the industry in terms of which band needs to be auctioned for 5G, and at the time we also need to plan for 6G. So what are the recommendations or demands of the industry on the spectrum front?
See, the Honorable Minister has gone on record to say that telecom is a value-added horizontal. There's a lot of meaning to that statement, because unless your horizontal or your foundation is strong, you can't build a strong building on that. And what is the building? All sectors. You name any one sector, and you will find that if we take away the telecom facilities to that sector, it will either crumble or it will come down to a very low trickle, right? So therefore, the telecom sector has to be, telecom infrastructure has to be supported by the government. The current method of auctions has been more for vertical spaces in telecom, right? Now with telecom becoming horizontal, a new algorithm has to be made by the government and by TRAI to take this into account, that this is a foundational sector. And if the foundation is not strong, it is not for the good of the nation. Okay, forget about the profits of private telcos. It will not be good for the nation. So the pricing has to become more, what should I say, related to the present day circumstances rather than going with legacy. This is one, which also indirectly shows that we are short of the amount of revenue that we desire, and that has to be supplemented in policy reforms like AGR. AGR is still not fully resolved. Then the license fee, spectrum cost, of course, we've spoken about, GSTs, reversals, then the refunds of accumulated ITCs. So all those things have to be taken as a package.
Right.
So that will improve our financial health. If it improves our financial health, we will go ahead and buy more spectrum in anticipation that use cases will come. Now 6G is progressing well, but just imagine if we do not get use cases, we cannot continue investing thousands of crores of rupees without having any use case in mind. When can we invest that much? Depends on how much money we have in our pockets.
Right.
So that is something which we have to do together, government and the industry. Right. And that is the way the networks will roll. But having said that, the TSPs are committed to giving the best services to our citizens, and that is why you see the rollout hasn't stopped.
Right.
It is continuing, and today morning also you heard the minister that all villages have been connected.
Right.
So that means the data consumptions are going to go up.
Sure.
The khushhali of the villagers, etc., are going to go up. So all that will happen. But then the sector which is providing this also has to be looked at.
So the minister in the morning spoke about data rates being cheapest in the world, one of the cheapest. So do you think these rates are sustainable for ARPUs to grow? The prices, the tariffs need to go up. Do you think that government should also look into that?
No, government has taken a very correct stand of forbearance. They have said you decide what tariffs you want to charge. Okay, but we are in an environment where the customer is the king, and we know the buying capacity of the customer.
Right.
We also know our social responsibilities. So we are not going to, I don't think any TSP will increase the tariff just for the sake of increasing tariffs.
Right.
Unless its back is to the wall. I don't think that that is an option that they will consider unless all other options have been exhausted.
Sure.
Right? Yes, it is. The data tariff is one of the lowest in the world, 9 rupees a GB. Now, why is it low? Is because of the volumes, and these volumes are going to grow because our population is so huge. Our coverage is improving. Our tele-density is improving. So it is but natural that the data consumption will go up.
Right.
And if data consumption goes up, volumes game, prices will either remain where they are or go down. as far as data rates are concerned, data prices per GB are concerned. Okay, but simultaneously the infrastructure spending is increasing. So this has to be balanced, right? So it's a business sense that boardrooms will have to draw on and then decide what to do.
Right, right. I want to seek your views on private 5G networks. There are enterprises demanding spectrum. DOT also kind of did a study. They kind of invited views, stakeholder comments. So, as an industry, what do you think? Are telcos are telcos better placed to offer 5G services for enterprises, or do you think enterprises can also get into the space and can start building their own networks?
See, this you must see in the context of the Indian environment. Is there any place in India where there is no telecommunication of some hue or color? Is there any place? No. If you go to a place where there is no telecommunication, obviously there will be no road and rail communication also, right? It's easier to reach with telecommunication than to reach with road and rail. And where road and rail has reached, telecommunication has to be there. So if our manufacturing plants, campuses have to come up in such places, there is some form of communication already there. And the telcos are converting all of this into 5G. So if 5G is there and we have network slicing and we have edge computing, then all that a private network requires can be hived off from the telco network. So private networks are not really required. The SLAs can take care of the private networks. If private networks are so much required, why didn't they do it in 4G? It could have been done there also. Just because 5G has come and somebody wants a slice of the pie and keep that network, piece to themselves, that's not fair. They are going to, if private networks are set up, they are going to eat into the revenues of the telco, right? You also see, you are a journalist. If you read a book on telecom, can you set up a network on your own? How can an automobile chap set up a network? He is good at doing manufacturing in automobiles. We are good at providing telecom networks. Let the person do what he's best at doing.
Right.
Right. Now, what will happen is a campus will say, okay, government, give me spectrum at a very low cost or a throwaway cost. So he takes that spectrum. The best case then for him is to set up a vertical of telecom within his premises, or hire a system integrator to set it up for him, either on wet lease or dry lease, and run that network for him.
Right.
Who will do the technology refresh? Will they be able to continue pumping in money?
No.
What happens when the equipment becomes obsolete? So those are questions which have to be considered.
Sure.
Okay, in a country like India, that thing will never happen. So once a private network is put up, it will remain the way it was. Okay, it will not change the way telcos upgrade their networks, because for telcos this is lifeline. For them it is not lifeline. So it is for interest of the country that we don't have private network. And in any case, like I explained, private network is not required in India. They are required in areas where the islands of population are far separated.
Right.
And there is a requirement of putting up a factory somewhere in between where there is no communication. Then a private network is required. It makes sense to have a private network there. It doesn't make sense here, except in some cases, like mines, okay, like offshore refineries. There, yes, but not otherwise.
Right. So I would like to now conclude this interview with your views on the IMC event. You have changed the venue. Now we are seeing good footfall compared to previous year. What is the larger ambition when it comes to India Mobile Congress? Do you think, because the minister spoke about this becoming Asia's Mobile Congress?
Becoming is already...
It is. So do you think that we could be as big as Mobile World Congress in coming years?
Why not?
Why not?
Why not? India is a big market.
Yes.
Right? If India is a big market, it will attract a huge amount of people who will come and display their wares here. They will come and set up shop here. They will come and find a venue like IMC to sign business deals. Okay, so India is a big market, it's attracting a lot of people. IMC, you've seen over the last 4 or 5 years, has grown. It has grown tremendously. If it continues growing like this, it will become a global event. Why not?
Right. Well, on that note, sir, let's conclude this chat. It was a pleasure talking to you. Thank you very much for giving us
Thank you,
time.
Danish. Thank you so much.
Right.